This is Elon Musk, and if you've been online this week, you'll likely have seen this clip of the eccentric genius billionaire shooting from the hip, as he often does. In this case, literally. And as much as I admire Apple, I can't help but think that they could learn a thing or two from this man.
A lot of people are sad about the future. It's not great. I mean, we really want to wake up in the morning and look forward to the future. We want to be excited about what's going to happen.
Anyway, more on that later. This is the new Apple Watch Ultra 2, and as you can see here, it has an almost identical design. It costs $799, which is the same price as last year. It still only comes in one size and has the same battery life at 36 hours. So what's new? Well, not much, as it turns out. Even the unboxing is similar. The packaging is the same. You still get the exact same image on the background, which relates to the band you've ordered. We still have the woven cable this year, like we now have on the iPhones. There are new bands this year across the board, with the Alpine and Trail bands being carbon neutral for the first time ever. This doesn't apply to the Silicon Ocean bands though, so if you're wondering which bands are carbon neutral across the entire Apple Watch range, I'll leave a link in the description to this page which lists them all out. My favourite colour though is definitely the Alpine Loop in olive, which I have here.
Yup. That is clean.
I probably would have got the Trail Loop, but I didn't like any of the new colours, so I hope they introduce more throughout the year. One quick side note here is that at $99, the bands are an absolute rip-off, particularly the Trail Loop, which is literally just an elasticated fabric and Velcro strap. Anyway, and then of course we have the watch itself. The sharper edges and crown guard versus the standard watch really make this stand out for me. But as you can see here next to my Ultra from last year, it's pretty much exactly the same. Even the text on the back is identical. It's a real shame there's no smaller size this year, as I know a lot of people would have wanted that. And if you want to see how it pairs alongside the new iPhone Pro in natural titanium, here's a look at them side by side. The biggest upgrade this year is the new display, which boasts 3000 nits of brightness. It's supposedly 50% brighter than its predecessor. If you've been using smartwatches for a while now, you'll know that that can be important. So it is a justifiable upgrade considering Apple are squeezing out the same battery life. But having used these side by side for a few days now, I've got to be honest with you guys, I really can't tell much of a difference. There's double the storage space this year as well, now up to 64GB if you want your entire back catalogue of audio books along for the ride. There's a new processor too, the S9, which is also available in the standard Apple Watch 9. As a result, interactions are buttery smooth, and I experienced no lag when I used the Ultra 2. But then again, I didn't with the Ultra last year either. A new chip also allows for a more powerful Find My feature called Precision Finding, which isn't something I'm massively excited about. There's faster Siri requests now as well, and we now have offline Siri requests for basic functions. Finally, not exactly something that should have needed fixing. Dictation is supposed to be more accurate, and Siri now has access to your health data. But to be honest, Siri is so far behind in the AI space, I really don't find myself using it much. If you want to supercharge your Siri and combine it with ChatGPT, then check out my video on how to do that. I'll link in the description. We now have more advanced gesture controls as well, when they actually release later this year. In the meantime, you can play around with the already included gesture controls in accessibility, which we've had for a couple of years, which seem to work really well if you want to activate those for Apple Pay, setting a timer, or starting a workout. And finally, courtesy of watchOS 10, we have a new Apple Watch face called Modular Ultra. This is exclusive to the Ultras, but does also work on the original Ultra. We still have night mode as well on the Wayfinder and Modular Ultra faces, which is designed not to mess up your night vision, and this will now automatically switch on in poor light conditions. There's other software updates as well, like the ability to use multiple concurrent timers, being able to set a target elevation alert, as well as 3D waypoint elevations in the compass view. But if you really want to level up, something I've been trying out recently is an app called Stress Face. It's an app that measures your variable heart rate, which shows the resilience of your body to recover from stress or exercise, and turns this into a stress reading, so you can monitor your mental and physical stress. There's a really cool graph that you can add to the new modular watch face, so you can see your stress evolve over time, and you can even link it to your calendar to see which meetings or calls are stressing you out the most. It's a really simple app, and I love it for that reason, so I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to check that out as well. But despite these minor tweaks, I just can't help thinking you'd be better off with the original Ultra, which is now going for a couple of $100 cheaper. It's got pretty much all the same features, and the ones that it doesn't I just don't think are worth the extra money, and that's a bit of a problem for the Ultra 2. It makes you wonder whether people actually want Apple to release a new watch every year, with only incremental tweaks that end up being really underwhelming or boring. There's a line from the new Elon Musk biography by Walter Isaacson that really stuck with me, which is a question asked by Elon's son, Saxon. Why doesn't the future ever look like the future? Wouldn't we rather wait a couple of years for a bigger leap forward in design and functionality? This is something Tesla are doing really well. They release regular software updates that improve the product in between big releases, but don't try to rehaul the design and hardware every single year. It's been 2 years since they upgraded the design of the Tesla Model 3. There's a lot of resources spent on doing that, and it makes you wonder what Apple could achieve if their resources were all focused on, well, the next big thing, rather than the next small thing, like screen brightness or battery life. So that's why my take on this new Watch Ultra isn't that positive. If you've already got an Ultra, then this isn't worth an upgrade. And if you're looking to buy an Ultra for the first time, then it seems better to save yourself some money and buy last year's model until the next big leap forward happens. Which makes me wonder, what do you guys want to see with the next Apple Watch? What would get you excited? Because right now, I'm not. Let me know in the comments below, and with that, I'll say goodbye. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.